Hola amigos, bien o no, y saludos desde Inglaterra. Hoy el tema es, bueno, estuve pensando en cómo yo puedo mejorar mi estudio español y tengo una idea para decir una método que yo creo va a ayudarme. Yo quiero compartir esto con ustedes. So ese es el tema de hoy. So today, I was on a bit from my video of yesterday, but I'm thinking about how I can improve my Spanish and what's the kind of best method of study to help me improve. And I've been thinking about that, and I think I can boil this down really to 3 key words, which are these: description, questions, and key words. So this is what I mean by that. This is the sense of we look for a problem or a situation that we need to use the language in, and we look to describe that. We need to get a description of this as clearly as we can about that situation or that problem. And then from that, we look at questions that we can ask to help us understand better that situation or that problem. And then in combination of the two, the description and the questions, we can take from there key words that we need to either listen for or use in talking about that situation. Now, the situation we're describing could be anything from a simple sort of visit to the shops, or it could be something more complicated like a job interview or a presentation you have to give at work, or something more on that kind of line. But in all senses, we can generally think of more questions. Again, remember that why, what, how kind of framework. Questions we can ask to get more information about that situation, and perhaps questions other people might ask us, but particularly questions we can use to get more information about the situation we're trying to describe. And then from that description and the information we get back from those questions, we can look at the key words we need to listen for to better understand the situation. So, using that as a model, my idea now is to go forward with this and look at situations where I'm going to need to use Spanish, try and describe those situations for me in terms of, okay, what do I expect I'm going to need in this situation? What do I think is going to happen? How do I need to respond? What's the problem I'm trying to solve? And then look at questions I can ask in that situation, that why, what, how, to help me understand it better. And then finally, to draw from that keywords that I need to listen for to help me understand it. And in all of this, once I've got my description written down, of course, as well as the questions, I have material that I can practice reading aloud to help me practice by pronunciation, by sound. So that's really the idea, is coming up with a framework that you can fit the problem in. So the problem being, I need to use the language to do this. So describe the problem, describe the situation, think about questions you're going to need to ask in that situation to understand it better. And then finally, look for all those key words that you need to listen for or perhaps use in your answer to help you understand and better describe that situation. So that's the idea. Think about it. Yeah? Description, questions, key words. And remember, when we're looking at questions, it's kind of a why, what, and how. So with those key points in mind, hopefully that should give you a better way of putting together the information you're going to get to make it a bit easier to focus your attention on particular situations, and therefore make the study a bit more interesting, but also a bit more effective. try it. Déjame saber en los comentarios, como siempre. But for now, we'll say cheerio.